Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday night. Um, another mic testing. I hope you can hear me, guys. I'm having my little war with finding a proper way to sound better in the videos. So I hope you can hear me well. I'm gonna wait a minute till I start. Hey, Green Kim, can you is the sound okay today? Hey everybody, unexpected Sunday live video. I got something that I had to share and yay! Well, guess what? Thanks, Bob. So, these are original Apple authentic earbuds, the Apple ones. So, woohoo! Apple gets the prize. Woohoo! All right, guys. Welcome back and good evening, everybody. So, I don't know if you've seen the title of the video, the title I put in the video, the sexiest thing the man can do to connect with a woman. And today we have a universal relationship inside. It's not about Ukrainian women. Oops, not about the Chinese woman, not about any particular nationality. This is something that works everywhere and anywhere. So, what is that one thing? Do you guys have any idea, any thought in your head what that could be? So once again, the sexiest thing that man can do to connect with a woman. Of course, we talk about something probably that's starting out. So I'm gonna start sharing, but if you have some thoughts, feel free to post in the chat. I'm gonna share with example. So I have one client that is extremely charming, extremely outgoing, and good looking, and he gets a date real easy. But after several dates, people just flake out very often after the second date. And so I asked him, it's gonna sound strange, but I asked him to record, I don't know, like half an hour, and it's nothing special. It's just people talk. Like for example, now I am on camera. It's only maybe the first minute when I'm connecting to a camera, but now when I'm talking, it doesn't. I don't feel that. Oh my God, I'm getting recorded. So because I could not figure out what the problem was, we decided to record. And the first minute you are conscious that your conversation has been recorded, right? But then you just relax and you just talk about stuff. It was very general. Ramrod is very close. Is very close in his ideas or what the answer would be. So basically, when we heard the recording together, 80 to 90% of the conversation was him talking and talking about himself. Once again, 80 to 90% of the conversation was him dominating and overwhelming and trying to prove himself with words, to prove himself, I would say, to impress. So his idea of, winning the heart of the lady basically was to impress her with what he'd done, where he'd been. And one thing he forgot, one very important thing he forgot, was to listen. Not only to hear, but to listen and respond what he heard, or I call it not necessarily validate, but when you listen to somebody and you comment on what you just heard, you connect. You don't just listen to somebody to reply. You connect with the answer and maybe showing empathy or showing a response to what the person is talking about. You know, if somebody tells you the best day in their life, and you immediately, oh, great, and you immediately start talking about your birthday in best day in your life. So basically you responding, which is great, but the real important thing to do to connect, not just with a woman, but you know, in any type of communication when your goal is to connect, is to res- to respond and um, show some emotion toward that answer. And I think it's pretty natural, you know, basically to put yourself in the shoes of the other person, whether that was something fun, you know, something joyful or something sad. Nothing like empathy or sharing the joy, you know, and kind of getting that virus of happiness and imagining that. Or when somebody had something sad and they share and you empathize, it does share the pain in two. Have you ever had that feeling when you had something heartbreaking going on and you share with somebody and you feel relieved, you feel that the weight have been taken off your shoulders? It's because you had a moment that you shared and somebody, maybe they didn't do anything special, but maybe they gave you a hug, or you just felt that they understood you for that moment. So not in every conversation you're gonna have drama and talking about the past or you know, things like that. Sometimes people just having fun on a date, but guys, you have often one of the, you know, sort of guilty pleasure to talking about you, about your achievements, about what you've done, where you've been, because you feel that if you will share that with a woman, she will see you as a valuable partner. But I want to disappoint you, because your words will not do that. You know, if you can change her life for better, if you can show her the places you've been, if you could put some action, yes, that would definitely impress the right person in the right way at the right time. But one thing you absolutely have to realize, that when you dominate the conversation, a lot of things happening and none of them are happening in your favor. So number one is, when you dominate the conversation, you make the other person feel unseen and kind of lonely. You know, there is a big difference between being lonely and being alone. But when there are two people in one conversation and it's only going one way, this is where the person feels unseen, or kind of hidden and not recognized, ignored, actively ignored, you know, if that makes sense. And not important, and you know, the list goes on. So basically you push away that beautiful possibility of connection when you getting addicted to listen to your own voice. We cannot learn from the things we are saying. That's one thing, you know, when I'm talking to you and sharing things, right? When you maybe make a speech at work. But when you are in the company of other people, you cannot learn anything new from the words you say yourself. And another major negative effect when you are the talker is talking a lot is a feminine quality, is the feminine attribute. Women speak 9,000 more words a day on average than men do. So men on average speak about 3,000 words, women 12,000 words. That's why there is so much community. There is so much, you know, women are communicators. They talk with each other and that's what they do and it's normal. But talking so much is the feminine quality. So, what do you think happens when the female um, subconsciously feel your feminine quality? I don't think that I don't think that it is very attractive thing, because when you are going into that weakness of non-stop talking, the lady will see you as another female friend. So that's the easiest and the quickest way to basically get friend zoned, because anybody, can you guys hear me again? I got frozen. Just let me know if I'm live again, so we'll continue. I hate when this happens. Okay, great. I'm back. I'm back. All right. So, who remember what was my last phrase? So, that is the most unmasculine thing, is when you keep talking. So sometimes you have to record yourself when you talk to anybody, or talk to your female colleagues, or when you go on a date. Sometimes you have to do the self check, because a lot of things, what happens is, a lot of times men are in denial. They think that it was 50-50. They talk and the lady talk. But if you think it was 50-50, it means that it probably was 80-20. So this is just one of really important key points, and that is we talk about the sexiest thing. So the sexiest thing for a man is to be a great listener, and not the indifferent listener. I just posted a joke on Facebook about husbands are the safest people to tell secrets to. Why? Because they aren't even listening. So, there is a difference between, letting somebody speak and and pretend you're listening, than actually being an active listener, and the listeners that gives feedback and connects. And we just talked about how women have so much more words. This is very true. That's why I have my YouTube channel. Um, but that is a part of our sexuality. We need to connect. And by the way, somebody wrote about chickens. That is very disrespectful, by the way. Women have, if we would not be the way we are, there would be no connection. Women are not, that is really rude, and it's actually not. Brian, you can do a better job, was commenting, because it's the same thing is making fun of men that want to go and do some fishing, or do some hunting, or get on the bikes, or whatever it is, that we create and connect through the language. A lot of men do not understand. They want to come home and have a great night of love. They don't talk. So one of these things that women need sometimes, when they say sometimes, oh, I don't want, not tonight, I'm tired. What really going on is, when last time you really talked to her? When last time you asked her how she really feels? When last time you asked her what bothers her, what's on her mind? Um, when you do those things, women, when they talk, it means they trust you and they open up. When women talk, once again, when they talk to you, not to their girlfriends, but they talk to you, it means they open their heart and they tell you how they feel. The only thing they want is you to sort of to empathize, to share those emotions with you. It's extremely important. And when you do that, when you let them open up and connect to you, this is where you don't need to worry about decrease in sexual desire, and the relationships always improve, because just how you feel good and connect through sex when you're stressed or you feel bad about yourself, it's somewhat similar how women feel connected to you, and they get warm. Their heart, soul, and mind get warm when you really talk to them. It's not a conversation when you munching on something and watching TV and here something else is playing. You're like, hey, how are you doing today? It's nothing like that. To create a good, to create a beautiful, intimate, wonderful, opening up conversation, you actually have to create the good atmosphere. So how do you create a good atmosphere? You know how would you rather talk and open up when you're standing in a door, or you standing, or would you rather open up when you sit in a comfortable armchair? There are some candles and a nice cup of tea or whatever drink you like, and it's just inviting you to kick back and relax and just share. Resentment and coldness. I don't know if there is a word coldness, probably not. But resentment and cooling off in the relationships and happening from people stop talking. And when you stop talking, you also, the level of sexual desire goes also down pretty significantly, and everything, all the bad things start to happen. But for us, as women, you have to connect and you have to start talking again. That is a, or let us talk, that is the sexiest thing. As weird as it sounds, but usually people do not have an issue, if they're compatible and they have good chemistry, they usually don't have issues with, with sex itself, or, with intimacy itself. But sometimes men wonder why women are, kind of hiding or finding reasons, or I'm not saying that's the only one reason. There could be a number, but this is top. I would say this is definitely in the top three. Is that you stop talking to us, you stop care how we feel, you stop care. I mean, maybe you don't stop caring, but you don't initiate. And of course, my channel is a lot about Ukrainian culture, and this is a universal topic. But in our culture, the intimate conversation with a hot cup of tea and candles, maybe some wine, whatever it is, that is a must. That is a must, and it feels amazing. It's like you penetrating someone's soul before you penetrating anything else, and this is a lot more. It feels, it's just a whole different level of connection. I think in the 21st century, in year 2019, it's not hard to find sex. Sex is not even a problem. You can, there is, the availability of things is anything you want. You can have, but if you're a healthy person, you want more than just physical. You want something that really makes an impact. You want something where you can feel. And even though everybody talks that only men need only sex and then they don't want to be connected, I know 100% that it's not true. Because once you had that, you know what it is. Yes, we are different emotionally, but we still have a lot in common. And sometimes you have to let the other person shine a little bit more. Sometimes you have to be the that very person that is just the biggest supporter. You know, we naturally feel and gravitate toward somebody that we feel is stronger and more supportive. And it's hard to imagine the person who is strong and more supportive if he keeps blubbering. He keeps blubbering and just bringing everything up. So to create that intimacy, to create that emotional intimacy, you have to be able to listen. You have to be able to connect and experience that. And even though they also say, I just want you guys to understand this, they say that women do not need sex as much and they do not need intimacy as much. And that is not true. Women need intimacy just as much and sometimes even more. But once again, when you do not talk to them, when you do not take a time to connect with them and check on their feelings and connect with their feelings, this is when they are rejecting you, and this myth becoming truth that women don't need it. It's total lie. Women need intimacy probably more than men, especially in certain times of their life and in certain times, I don't know, in their emotional, I don't know if there is such a thing, emotional cycle, I guess so. But anyway, so I'm gonna read some of your feedback, and I just want to make a good reminder that all of us are capable to become a better listener, and being a good listener is a very masculine and leader quality. Alex, thank you. Green, um, thank you for the green. Thank you so much for the contribution. So, guys, if you have comments that I have to that you want me to see, or some very important questions, because people have been asking me, you can send a super chat, and then it comes in a bright color. And if something is super important for you, you don't want me to miss, that's one way of doing it. So, thank you so much, Alec. Um, Alec is saying, "Hi, Veronica. This is great advice. It is always good to do a self check." Yes. Um, it is very important, and you can do it if you have a recorder. You can try to do this check just for yourself. And once again, if you want to create a truly good connection, you should not. It should be about 20% of you, maybe 30. At least for the beginning. Captain Rick Crawford saying, "Hello, Veronica, awesome subject. One of the many ways to get a woman to fall in love with." Yeah, it's true. Andrew Bergeron. Well, yes, definitely gift that keeps on giving. Women are the gift that keeps on giving, because I'm sorry, guys, but without us, the life would stop. Okay, Brian is answering. Brian, listen, I was just saying, there is it's very feminine things to do, to talk, and women need to be around other women, because this is how we connect. This is how we talk about relationships. This is how we talk about things when you don't talk to us. And even if you do talk to us, with the right group of women, we are recharging and revitalizing. How to say this? Basically, we bring great energy. Same as when you hanging out with guys. Yes, Alec. So 20 to 30%. Yes, when you are talking 50-50 in the beginning of a relationship, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Because also, most likely, you're going to bring your ex, you're going to bring things you've done. And, my greatest insight from my own experience as well, unless you have a gun next to your head, do not bring your ex for the first couple weeks, couple months. I mean, at some point, you might have a conversation because there was something that maybe a very important event or dynamic that you want a person to know. But you only do that. You only do that when you already have a strong connection with the person. When you build a new connection with somebody and you bring the access, you shake in your new beautiful relationship with the old poison. Once again, when you dating somebody and it's sweet and romantic and you feel that you'd like to share a little bit from your past, it's a very bad idea because it's nothing but poison. When you have a strong rapport and you maybe, in a serious relationship and you just want to share some things so you understand each other better, that is different. But when you bring this whole ex conversation, you really poison. It's like, I love drinking hot tea, and if I go right and I have tea from yesterday, just a little bit, and I put the fresh tea from today, it's still gonna be poison, and I might get sick. So you want to keep that energy, that new, fresh, to make it strong, to make it blossom. Build that base. And then you can dose the ugly stuff. You can give a tiny dose of the ugly stuff of what happened to you or some important dynamic or situation. So you got to be very careful. It's very seductive. It's very seductive to tempting. That would be the correct word. It's very tempting to start blubbering about everything that ever happened to you. But please use your willpower and stop. Alec, what do you mean that you were in a marriage that we were reversed? Can you tell me more? So Brian is saying the most important piece in chess is the queen. She can move anywhere on the board. In order to win, you must capture the king. But he can only move one space at a time. Same in life. Yep, pretty much. Yeah, the ugly stuff, because everything that been before, everything that did not work out, guys, stop talking about other women, for crying out loud. Stop talking. Do you really think that we have nobody before you, that we don't have any other man interested in us? We just don't talk about that stuff because our moms taught us right. So stop blubbering and stop talking about other women you had because you feel like you're gonna impress us, or we don't want to hear about it. We don't care what experiences we really don't care. So keep it for yourself. Keep it for when you get old and you like dying in bed, and you can have all the memories you want, because we're gonna do the same thing. We just keep our mouths shut. Because that's how we were taught by smart, wise people when we were younger, to by no circumstance tell the truth. Back in times, I guess in Soviet times and before Soviet times, the laws were very strict. The moral, the mental laws, so to speak, and smart women keep their mouth shut. They enjoy their life. They had lovers and men around them, but they just learn to keep their mouth shut. So sometimes you gotta get example from those ladies and keep it shut. And we don't want to know. It's one thing. Another thing is, how does it matter? When you are truly in love with somebody, even if you had 100 lovers before that, nothing ever happened. Do you understand that? So you just focusing on what you got. You have this right now for a reason. So you might as well give it your all and enjoy it and be in the moment rather than try to ask the woman about her past, and tell her about yours. Don't do that. Don't do that. Eventually you will know a little bit more, eventually some things, but I would say from my current experience of today, I would say as little as possible, or better nothing, because the truth is, no matter who you had, what you did, how much adventure and fun, or maybe sad stuff you had, it doesn't matter. The only thing you have is now, if you had great adventures and great sexual life before, great. You had it, you enjoyed it. So now maybe you are building something deeper. And there is no poison, no reason of creating jealousy or talking about that stuff. Be a little bit mysterious, but not in a way. Really, just being in the moment with somebody is the most beautiful thing. And if you are connecting with somebody, you truly do not remember anything and anybody, because you are in the moment. There is nothing like that. And that momentum that's creating, it's so powerful. It's the most powerful thing. So don't screw it up, guys. Okay, my lighting is dying, guys. Thank you for the kind words. Okay, Alec is saying that, so your wife was an introvert. Well, that makes it a little bit better, because when there is an introvert and an extrovert, um, it's not that bad. But still, you got sometimes. Even if she's an introvert, if you can relax her to the point that she will actually open up, because introverts can be great they are great in intimate conversations, in those conversations that go into depths. Introverts are great conversationalists, when you get them to truly connect with you. So if you can get an introverted person to connect with you deeply, it means you're onto something. But the problem is, if you keep talking as an extrovert, the introverted woman have no chance. She's not gonna penetrate you. If you talk to another extroverted person, you will have a fight. You will have a fight for space. You'll talk on top of each other. But when you are with another, when you are with an introvert, she's gonna just shut down. So that's all. Okay, my bear is falling asleep, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the little interaction we had. Um, I truly believe that give you some more insight, and recognizing another person and truly listening to them, giving some gift of undivided attention and focus. Every now in now day and age, um, in the current era of technology and destruction and all of that, um, and the very short attention focus and span of that time, that's going to be a most incredible gift. It's going to be more rare than gold to when you actually gives makes somebody undivided focus of your attention. So just want you to know that that it's possible to restore friendship. It's possible to restore connection. It's possible to create deep connections. Regardless what people say. There is a fight, a gender fight, and this and that, and all this. But the truth is, all people want is just to feel that they belong, that they are heard and appreciated and understood and connected to. You know, we have these things in our heart that we want to share, but when the door is closed more than one time, after some time you just stop. You stop the attempt because you don't want to get hurt again. So I appreciate you guys, your comments. I'm glad to be helpful. I actually had so except for this thing with my client that finally I asked him for that recording because you know I mean I like making money through my consulting service, but it just wasn't making any sense. And then we both listened to his tape, and I didn't even need to say anything. He understood what was happening. So okay, I need a magic wand for my iPad because it keeps messing. Okay, somebody's saying about my live streams. Guys, I'm gonna try to announce my live streams. I know I have not been announcing them because I really didn't want to commit if I don't know if I'm gonna come out. So I'll try to announce them a couple days ahead, or maybe even a week ahead, because I'd like to have more people as well to be able to catch them live. Okay, and chat is okay. I can't open the chat right now. I don't know what's going on. Good night, gorgeous. I will email you about. Yes, you can email me consultveronica@gmail.com. And oh my gosh, guys, I've opened my website. There's so many messages on my website. Seriously, it is really better to write me at consultveronica@gmail.com. I know it's like a free email, but it works well. Um, okay. Yes, very true and valuable message. Thank you so much, Bob. Thank you, guys. Andrew, Brian, Alex, thank you so much. Um, Captain Crawford. So yes, guys, thank you so much also for responding for the moderators. So I'm gonna a couple of you I'm gonna add to moderate my streams so we can have a better time sharing the links and maybe blocking some trolls because it's very hard. Just want to share with you. It's very hard to look at the screen and talk and having all the comments take you in all the different direction and to keep focus. So especially if I have trolls, people who just out of control, don't know what they are doing. So it would be nice to have a moderator to block them so I can just keep on the topic. So that's would be very helpful. So once again, when you are a good listener, you are showing the leadership quality. Subconsciously, women connect a lot better and stronger with the men who are masculine and who are having that leadership in them, that not trying to prove themselves, rather let the other person shine. You'll have your moments to shine. Trust me. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful night. And if you have some more comments, feel free to post them under the video. I wish